back to the 90s!
Nick, 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 Nick.
Oh, here it goes.
I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all today. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all today.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Nostalgia. I freaking love musicals. They have just always been a part of my life. Some of my first memories are watching the old Monkees and Cliff Richard films with my mum growing up. There is literally nothing better on a rainy day when you've had a shit day at work than getting the blanket out, making yourself a big hot chocolate and having a sing-song to your favourite musical. So let's count them down, our top 10 favourite musicals. Now there's a couple of rules before we get started. It has to be a movie. I love going to the theatre, but movies only. And no Disney animated films. I will get round to doing that list, but I'm sorry, Lion King, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, not a musical, not here. All good? Get your vocal cords warmed up, get your jazz hands on standby. We are counting down our top 10 favourite musicals. And we are starting off with a musical that I know 99% of people didn't even know existed. Long before South Park, BASEketball, Team America, and before Matt and Trey had dominated the West End with Book of Mormon, their first feature-length film was Cannibal the Musical, and it is outstanding. Very low budget, very amateur looking, but by God is it outstanding. You can see little breadcrumb trails of what Matt and Trey would become with such catchy songs like All I'm Asking For, Spadoink All Day, Let's Build a Snowman, and my favourite, On Top of You. It's Trey's love letter to his horse. It's amazing. If Trey Parker hadn't have gone on to make TV shows, he would have been on Broadway. This lad has got pipes. Do yourself a favour, because I know you haven't seen it. Get on Amazon. It will be like a $5 for the DVD. Get Cannibal the Musical, and you too will have a spadoink all day.
Sky is blue and all the leaves are green.
You wouldn't think it to look at me. I'm 6'4", 20 stone, big ginger beard with a northern accent, but I am a big softie, and some days I need to have a good cry. We all do, and this film delivers every time. I don't care how cheesy, over the top, and how soppy it is. I love Moulin Rouge. This film is a massive guilty pleasure of mine. I don't care that people hate it. Musical numbers of songs by the likes of Nirvana, Madonna, hell, they even do The Police. I love every second of this film. Unashamedly, a love story, and the ending has me sobbing every time. People forget this now, but when High School Musical came out in 2006, it was everywhere. You couldn't escape it. High School Musical was a global phenomenon. All of a sudden, all the girls were rocking High School Musical bags and hairbands and bangles from Claire's, and every boy had that Troy Bolton hairdo. And I was down from day one. I love this film. But this was a toss-up, because I wasn't sure which one I loved more, High School Musical 1 or High School Musical 2. I have gone with number 1 just because of the impact it made, but it was close. I loved it then, I love it now, I watch it with my kids. I still remember the first day I got Disney Plus. This was the first thing I put on. No word of a lie, High School Musical was the first thing I watched when I got Disney Plus. And in case you were wondering, I was always on Team Sharpay. She is the queen.
Here we are, children.
You will have to let me know in the comments if it was different in other countries, but here in Britain, every bank holiday like Easter or Christmas, this film would be on telly and I watch it every single time. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is the ultimate family film. Dick Van Dyke in this is arguably the most likeable person ever put on screen. I always wanted him to be my dad. I wanted Dick Van Dyke to be my dad so much that now I have my own kids, I sing Hushabye Mountain to them every night. I love that song so much. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is a timeless classic. From a lost era, they just do not make films like this anymore. A classic.
Feed the birds, tuppence a bag.
There is an argument to be made that Mary Poppins is the greatest Disney film ever made, and that is massive. Mary Poppins is a film that was part of every single person's childhood. And I don't care that Dick Van Dyke's Cockney accent is terrible, or the fact that I can't say the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in my northern accent. This film is my go-to when I am feeling sick. When I'm feeling under the weather, I put on Mary Poppins, I make myself a hot cup of Vimto, and I sing Feed the Birds. That will cure any illnesses. Don't go to the doctors, just put on Mary Poppins. It is a practically perfect film from start to finish.
Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Now, usually when we make top 10 favourite videos, there is one or two obvious choices that stand out from the very beginning. But not on this list, not here. This list was so hard to write because the next five, any one of the next five musicals could be my favourite on any given day. These are all gems. And as if to prove my point, this hurts so much. To put a classic like Blues Brothers at number 5, I love this film so much. I feel like I'm doing it a disservice by just putting it at number 5. Everything in this film is big. The musical numbers, the car chases, and let's talk about the cast. John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles, James Brown, John Candy, Frank Oz, Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman is in this. Shit, they even got Carrie Fisher. That's right, Princess Leia is in this film. John Landis is one of my all-time favourite filmmakers. He just goes to the extreme, and especially in this film. He is just in fifth gear from start to finish. I bloody love it so much.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
I've gone and done it again, haven't I? Practically every top 10 favourites list will have something with Tim Curry in. I cannot get enough Tim Curry in my life. The man is an idol. And Tim Curry in Rocky Horror Picture Show, this might be Tim Curry at the peak of his powers. He is a sweet transvestite from the planet of transsexual Transylvania, Dr. Frankenfurter. What an icon in stockings and suspenders. So sexy. Every single song in this film is a banger, and there is not a moment to catch your breath. From the moment it starts to when it finishes, just random moments, like halfway through the film, Meatloaf busts out of a freezer with a saxophone and knocks out an absolute tune. It's bizarre, it's epic, it's sexy, it's astounding. I don't know if it's like Pavlovian from when I was a kid and going to the recreational clubs and to the bars and DJs, but the second Time Warp comes on, I jump up and start dancing. It's like a trained dog, I swear to God.
Touch me. I wanna be dirty. Little shop for harvest. Little shop for terror. Call the top. Little shop for harvest. No.
You see what I mean? I'm not crazy. Blues Brothers, Rocky Horror, and Little Shop of Horrors don't even make the top 2. That's insane. And Little Shop of Horrors and Blues Brothers kind of have a lot in common. They both pull from the 80s SNL stars. Like the outstanding cast in this one, you have Bill Murray, John Candy, Christopher Guest, Steve Martin. And those aren't even the leads, those are just the side characters. But the reason why Little Shop of Horrors makes the top 3, it is pure heart. As funny and as exciting as having a singing, dancing, human-eating plant in your film, it's Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis steals the show as Seymour Krelborn. From the moment he comes on the screen singing Down on Skid Row, your heart just goes out to this man. And despite the fact he starts killing and mutilating people, you still root for this guy. I mean, I really miss Rick Moranis. He was such a huge part of my childhood. I just wish he was still making films.
Feed me Seymour, feed me all night long.
Now, this hurts me more than you will ever know. I cannot tell you how much I love Wizard of Oz. It is one of the greatest movies ever made. But more than that, this film means so much to me. Those of you that know me from outside of the channel are going to be shocked that this is at number 2. Wizard of Oz was made in 1939. Watch it now, it still holds up. And it sounds and looks amazing. And we're not talking about a film from the 80s or 90s where we can say, oh, that holds up quite well. It's from the friggin' 30s, 90 years ago. There is not a single thing you can change in Wizard of Oz to make it any better. An iconic bad guy, an amazing, fantastical story, a perfect cast topped by the beautiful Judy Garland, and songs that will still be sung in 1,000 years. Somewhere Over the Rainbow could be the greatest song, not only in a musical, but it could be the greatest song ever written.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
I absolutely adore this film. And for those of you that need to know what this film means to me, one of my daughters is called Dorothy because of this film. I named my daughter Dorothy because I love this film so much. And as much as it tears me apart to say it, Wizard of Oz is not my favourite musical of all time. Oh, that hurts so much.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
Really?
I love all of these films so much, and some hold a very special place in my heart, like Wizard of Oz and Little Shop of Horrors. But when I think of my favourite musical, and if I'm truly honest with myself, it has to be South Park Bigger, Longer and Uncut. And I know there is stage show kids and true purists out there who will say that South Park the movie cannot be ranked above musicals like Grease and Chicago. But this is top 10 favourites, and there is not a damn thing any of you can do about it. And this film delivers on every single level. You want comedy? No film has ever been funnier than South Park Bigger, Longer and Uncut. You want action? They have this massive war scene against Canada, and it's like something from Platoon or Apocalypse Now. And you want emotion? You tell me you didn't well up when Kenny sacrifices himself and then takes off his hood and speaks for the first time. And finally, what makes a truly great musical? It is the music, and I'm here to tell you that the soundtrack to South Park Bigger, Longer and Uncut is some of the greatest music ever put to the big screen. That's right, I said it. From the moment the film starts and Stan starts singing Mountain Town during the intro to the film ending on that beautiful round of the same song, there is not a single bad song in this film. Mr. Mackey singing It's Easy MK is one of the catchiest songs you will ever hear. Saddam has one of the funniest songs when he starts body popping, and we all got detention and told off at school for singing Uncle Effa on the playground. But there is two songs that stand out. Satan's Ballad, Live Up There, and La Resistance. These two songs are works of art. I snuck into the cinema to see this film when it was first released because I was still underage, and then I got it on VHS and I watched it on repeat, and to this day I still watch it at least once a week. It's an all-time favourite of mine, and I know most of you, when you saw the title to this video, wouldn't have had South Park as number one, but that is why we here at Nostalgia do top 10 favourites, not top 10 best. It's all about that nostalgic feeling, those butterflies you get in your stomach from hearing a song, from watching a film, from watching a TV series that shoots you back to that time when things were better. But now it's your turn. Remember, this is your channel. Get in the comments, what is your favourite musical of all time? I'm now off to put on High School Musical 2 and have a dance around the living room with my dog. I'll catch you guys on the next one. G out.